Hey guys and gals, and welcome back. I'm back with an update on the new Xbox One, which will be released this winter vacation. So there's been some new information released by Microsoft, and I just want to go through to let you guys know what that new information is. Unfortunately, sadly, it's not good news. Not really. There's a couple of things that they have mentioned about the new licensing system, which are nice. So there's two main things which are good. The first thing, of course, is of course you can install games from the disc, but the extra thing is on the day of a game release, you can also digitally download games at midnight on the day that they're released, a little bit like Steam. So that's quite nice. The other thing as well is you can access your entire games library from any Xbox, your own, your friends, without the use of discs. So that of course also makes things quite convenient and quite nice. But that's it. Those are the only two things that are good. Good news from Microsoft. So I am really disappointed and really shocked. Really, I really did think that that Microsoft were going to actually pay attention to customer feedback, and that they were. I was praying and hoping and praying that they were going to change their mind about this always online pre-owned thing. And there had been a lot of rumors from retailers, and Microsoft had been saying that the journalists and online journalists and were actually misconstruing what they were saying, and that it wasn't the entire truth. But it turns out that actually most of the news that we heard from Kotaku and other journalist sites was pretty accurate. So anyway, here is the lowdown. These are the things that the new Xbox One will incorporate. So the first thing that people had an issue with was the always having to be online, and this looks like it's a definite feature of the Xbox One. So according to their information on the Xbox website, the Xbox One will have to be online at least once every 24 hours. Every 24 hours it has to connect or update or whatever online. And if it is not connected within those 24 hours, if more than 24 hours passes without any kind of internet connection, the Xbox One will become nothing but a hunk, a pile, a brick, useless. So your single player games will not work unless you can connect every 24 hours. Even if it's not an online game, if you don't intend to play online, unless you connect every 24 hours, your Xbox One will stop working, which is absolutely ridiculous. The other thing as well that they did mention was that you could go around to your friend's house, and you could also play online at a friend's house. And they have released extra information, and they have said that if you want to do that, you can only play offline for no more than 1 hour. Who plays a game at a friend's house for 1 hour? Often I go around to my friend's house, and if we play a co-op game together, at least we get in the zone and we're there playing the game at least for like 3-4 hours, forget to have dinner, the whole kind of thing. So if you want to play offline, 1 hour is your limit. If you want to play more than 1 hour, you will have to be connected online. So that's the online thing. This is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So basically, if you are in the countryside, you have poor internet connection or reception. Maybe you don't have fast broadband connection. If you're in a military base, if you decide that you want to travel and take your Xbox One with you, you will not be able to play it unless you can connect every 24 hours. That's it. Which is ridiculous, really is. This whole online thing should really be a completely optional thing that you can do, like the current Xbox 360. If you want to, I think that if you want to have all the added benefits of the cloud, interactive achievements, changeable AI or upgradable AI, whatever it may be, if you want to have all the benefits of the cloud, then you connect online. But if you want to play the single play game as it comes on the CD, in the box, then you don't have to. I think connecting online should be a completely optional thing. Because if you have to connect online, that also means that you will, without a doubt, have to pay for an Xbox Live, probably Gold, maybe Platinum, who knows, an Xbox Live Gold membership, which currently is about $50 per year, and I have seen no reason why Microsoft won't up that price. So not only do you have to be connected online all the time, but you are forced to pay an extra fee probably of $50 a year. So that's the first thing I have huge issue with and I think is ridiculous. The second thing that they've released is more information on the whole sharing with your friends, sharing with your family. So apparently they do say that you can, and I quote here directly from the website, share access to your games with everyone inside your house. So apparently your friends and family, your guests and acquaintances get unlimited access to all of your games. Anyone can play your games on your console, regardless of whether they are logged in or their relationship to you. That's just so ridiculous. How is this anything unique? Like, I can do that right now. Like, my friends and my family, my Xbox 360, here you go, here's my games library. Help yourself, play it on my console right now. The 10 of us, we can sit around in my living room together and we can play multiplayer games together or whatever to our heart's content. I can do that right now. This is nothing revolutionary. And I think it's hilarious that Microsoft are like, but it's not all bad news, guys. Like, you can play with 10 friends and family in your house. Aren't we generous? No, Microsoft, you really aren't. And it's kind of ridiculous that you're kind of pushing that as a positive thing. So anyway, that's about sharing with your friends and family. That just cracks me up. It's so funny. So this whole thing with sharing, like trading your games with your friends and sharing with your friends, apparently you can do that. Apparently that's an option. But there is a limitation to it. So apparently, in order to be able to trade with a friend and share your games with a friend, that friend has to be a member has to be on your friends list, a member of your friends list, for at least a minimum of 30 days. So until they've been a friend on your list for 30 days, you cannot lend them any games. And you can only lend one game once to one friend. So that basically means that if I have a game that I really want like 2 or 3 or 4 of my friends to try and to test out because they're not sure whether they want to buy the game or not at full price, and I want to lend it to them and share the love of gaming and everything else, I can only do that with one friend. So that means I have to consciously choose between my friends. I have to be like, sorry dude, I already gave this game to my other friend, whoever his name, friend A, my bad, you can't lend it. Like, that's just so awkward and so uncomfortable an issue to even have to try to pick and choose between your friends. Like, it's just such an uncomfortable thing to have to decide. It's ridiculous. So the other thing is that the trading in pre-owned games, right? Selling and trading in your pre-owned games. Apparently, Microsoft have said that this is an option that will be available. However, that it will be very much up to the publishers. So it will be up to the publishers to decide whether you can trade in your games for credit or cash, and it will only be available at certain retailers. So that means, big corporation company names like GameStop, for example, I'm sure they're going to be fine. But smaller shops that are trading games, smaller names, that probably they're going to lose a lot of business. And, entire businesses I want to think about it, people are going to get laid off and it's just going to be terrible. It's going to cause it's going to have a terrible effect on the gaming industry, and I feel bad for those people that potentially might lose their jobs because their companies are going to lose a lot of money. And I think it's incredibly selfish and short-sighted of Microsoft, and I just think it's ridiculous. But the issue here is that Microsoft basically are saying, sorry guys, it's not us, it's the publishers. So, if they say no, it's not Microsoft saying no, it's the publishers saying no. So what are you gonna do, right? Like, it's not us, it's them. Like, it is such an immature thing for Microsoft to do. It's like, it's effectively Microsoft are passing the blame, passing the responsibility onto the publishers, which is just so wrong on every level. And I completely disagree with it. Microsoft, it's your responsibility. It's your console. It is your hardware. It's your console. You are the guys. You're the ones that set the tone for your console and set the tone with your publishers. And they've also said that, publishers, it's up to them whether they charge a fee for trading in their game or not. And it's pretty much like Microsoft saying, well, it's all right. If they decide that they want to charge you a fee, or they don't want to allow you to do that because they want you to pay full price for their games, then that's their decision to make. No, I firmly believe that Sony, Microsoft, Nintendo have a huge influence on video game publishers, and that if they state that they're not going to allow something, or they will allow something, then that is going to be followed. And I just think it's Microsoft effectively being greedy and self-serving. They want the profits and whatever. They say they're not going to gain any profits, but I don't believe that. I don't believe that for a second. So it's just Microsoft passing the blame and not wanting to take responsibility for it at all. And it's just terrible. It's really, really immature and just really bad. So that's the whole thing with the pre-owned thing. The last thing is Kinect. So apparently Kinect will be connected all the time, but it won't be online completely. Still not sure. So they basically said that it'll be connected, but it will be in like standby mode. So it won't be recording video footage, but to some degree its audio recognition software will still be running, and it will be listening for a key phrase, which of course is Xbox One on, but it won't be listening to anything else. But if it's still listening to that phrase, isn't it still listening to you? I don't know. But the fact that Kinect has to be online is just really bad, and especially with the new kind of the new sort of scandals that's happened recently with the NRA, in American politics, and what the government's been doing recently, and the whole scandal with monitoring and keeping an eye on the entire American population. And then Xbox and Microsoft come out and they're like, yeah, so you're gonna have Kinect and it's gonna always watch you and always listen to you. No, that's not gonna go across very well. And the government could be watching. Who knows? I'm sure people that are paranoid are going to be thinking that. So yeah, the Kinect always has to be online, which is just a huge disaster. So that's about the Kinect. I mean, I personally, I'm a firm believer that I think the Kinect should be optional. It should be optional. And I just believe that completely. And if you want to have it, you have it, and you get all the added features and benefits of it. And if you don't want to use it, then you don't use it, and you just use your controller, and you don't need to have voice activated and whatever. I completely believe that the Kinect should be optional, as it has been up until this point. It has been an optional thing that you can buy, and the whole idea of it watching you and being online all the time, which looks like it's going to be doing, it's going to be listening at least. It might not be recording, they say, but it's going to be listening, which is disturbing. So so that's the information currently from Microsoft, and I don't know what they're doing with the Microsoft PR team, because I really think that they're making such a huge mistake. They've messed this up. Something wrong. They've messed it up so badly. And I don't see how Xbox One is going to recover at E3. Even if they come out with all of their games, their new original IPs and all these games they're going to release, and no matter how amazing they are, the hardware, like the actual console, has so many issues and problems and things that we don't agree with, and it's the console we're buying first, and it's not a small price to pay. It's like $600 probably, and to have to pay that kind of money just to have all these kinds of restrictions placed on you, I just don't see people buying it. Like, maybe, you know, casual gamers will buy it, or people that don't really know much about the tech, or, you know, people that have an Xbox 360, so they want to buy an Xbox One, like, maybe they'll buy it. But personally, it's a lot of money, and I think people are not stupid. People, if they're going to spend that kind of cash, they're going to do some research, or at least I hope they would. So I really think, like, Microsoft have here made a huge mistake, and they're going to take a huge loss on the Xbox One. I really think so. Maybe not in the short term, but in the long term, it's going to bite them in the butt for sure. And they're going to realize what a huge mistake they've made. So in terms of E3, like, I really am not excited about the Xbox One at all. I really couldn't care less about the games now that's going to be, you know, original IP games. I'll watch the conference, and I'm going to watch it tonight, and I will release an update video on things that they talk about, but I am not really that interested in this console, and as I'm currently leaning right now, I'm not going to buy it. Like, the only thing that would change my mind is if Sony go the way of Microsoft, and if they start to do the same policies, then I don't know, we'll see. I might even then be like, well, next generation gaming, it's not for me, and I guess I'll go the way of PC, because pretty much that's what they are. Like, the Xbox One is no longer a console. It's not a console, it's a PC. And a console is supposed to be easy, convenient, cheaper than a PC, and it's just not. It's not anymore. And if the PlayStation 4 continues to be a console, and it does not do the things that Microsoft are doing now, I think that Sony are going to wipe the floor with Microsoft, and they're going to mop up all the hardcore gamers, you know, all those gamers out there that are just absolutely appalled by this new kind of policy and direction that Microsoft are going in. So I guess it remains to be seen. So anyway, that's the information that currently is up until now, and some of my opinions on it. So let's see, hey? Let's wait and see until the end of E3, see what's going to happen, and what information Sony and Microsoft reveal. And then we'll see who's going to win, who will be the winner of E3, and ultimately when the consoles are released. Right now, I think Sony is leading in the race, but I guess the race isn't over yet, but they're leading by a large mile right now. So anyway, that's the end of this video. So I hope you guys found this information useful or interesting. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please post a comment. Let me know your thoughts on this new information from Microsoft, and what your thoughts are on it, and what are your predictions for E3? What do you think is going to be revealed at E3? Do you think Sony is going to win in the race between Microsoft and Sony? And what do you think the future of the Xbox One will be? Do you think it has a future? We'll see. So okay, I'll catch you guys next time in my next video here on my channel. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.